I never normally check up on people. It's not something I like to look back on from all of this. But I did check on them, just before I left Skaro. No interaction. I just needed to see they were safe.
Father, look over there. I can see smoke rising in the distance.
It can't be. That's from the Dalek city. He really did it. He's destroyed the city. I knew he was brave. I just didn't know he would be that determined. I just hope they made it out on time.
No, Father. I know that they're safe. I knew from the moment that we met him, he was gonna make a change for our people. While other Dalek cities stand, this is one link broken. One day, I know, we will be away from all this. Away from the Dalek threat. I hope we can join our brother and sister tribes out there in the solar system. Thriving and continuing our lives. Where the Daleks will not hurt us anymore. I hope we can meet again, Trevinius.
Well, where next? I do have some reserved memories between all this. I know how much these stories mean to some of you. There was some parts of this I always leave out. Things I chose to forget. They didn't really matter to the main story. So I never really thought about telling them. Shall I? Alright, fine. This one all started when I met him. You know, the one they all talk about. The man from Gallifrey that walks with such fire. We don't really talk about him that much. I try to forget he even exists. But this is how I met the Doctor. Myself and Andrew were still searching for the signal that originally stole my TARDIS and shipped me away from my children, new face included. I was so angry, so annoyed at everything. I began hitting the console to get the ship to go faster. I was so stupid. I was young and full of energy. Suddenly the TARDIS would make this loud bashing sound as if something equally strong and fearsome had hit it. This sent us off balance. Suddenly, Andrew would go flying through the air. His grip slipped from part of the TARDIS. I saw him hurtling towards a piece of metal that protruded from the console. Seeing my friend's life flash before me, I acted quick. Time slowed down in my head. I quickly reached for my pocket and pulled out a flat, circle device. I threw it as it wrapped onto Andrew's chest. Suddenly, a bubble would form around him. He'd be completely frozen in stasis. Like a time bubble, but far more complicated. Well, no, it's exactly that, to be honest.
Oh, I've got to stop this!
Jumping onto the console, I'd pull some switches and pull for an emergency landing. Something would be dragging my TARDIS along with it. I kept panicking at the thought of what it could be, sat outside those doors. We landed. Very hesitant, I made my way towards the door, opening it slowly. Coming into view would be a beautiful forest, but the main point of focus would be right before me. A tall wooden box with a sign that stated police. The bluest blue you could possibly ever imagine. As I opened my door more, the door to this box would slowly begin to open. In unison, myself and a strange man with rather long sideburns, to be honest, would begin to emerge at the exact same time.
Well, this is strange. Who are you?
Yeah, you can say that again. You're not
And you're not.
my future self. Well, or past.
Nah.
Right. Who are you then?
Trevinius. I'm called Trevinius. Are you from the council? If so, please escort me back to Gallifrey. We've had such an issue trying to get back.
Sorry, we've, as in plural.
As he'd ask, I'd push one of my TARDIS doors open. He'd look inside to see Andrew frozen in one spot.
Pardon me, Trevinius, but is your friend suspended via stasis shielding acting as an inverted time bubble? It could take you years, decades even, to release him from that thing. I recently did this to a whole planet. Speaking of planets, you're a long way from Gallifrey. Which part are you from?
We're on the eve of war. I tried to get my family out. I knew what was going to happen. But they betrayed me. I've been trying to get home ever since. I got stuck out on my timeline and landed in this fella's house. Forgot everything because of my regeneration and then met Graf Vindicay.
Oh, Graf Vindicay! Oh, lovely, yeah! I met old Graf once. Bit of an ego. I heard he got into a nasty sword fight in the end.
Oh, really? I never knew.
Well, Trevinius, sounds to me like you seem to be, stuck in time. As it seems, but yeah, sorry for the delay to your journey. My TARDIS kind of got in the way of yours. I just left Gallifrey from a big, mission. Your TARDIS is trying to find Gallifrey. You must have really crossed wires. Can't be helped, these things happen.
Right, that's great and all. But what am I going to do about my friend?
Just so happens, if I'm right, and I'm still calculating the last mission I went on, my Sonic should have the right pulse to free him from that hold. Well, Allons-y! Let's hope this works.
Suddenly, Andrew in the bubble would begin to shake. The Sonic would pulse loudly. The bubble would seem to resist his Sonic. I'd quickly pull mine out and join him. Suddenly, Andrew would be released and dropped to the floor unconscious.
There we go, safe and sound. Well, this has been a fun little moment, but I hear I'm needed somewhere. Scary knocks are coming my way, it seems. This is just another fun pit stop along the way, I guess. I will say, though, a lot of time disturbance from this location. Neither of us will retain much of this, just traces of what was.
It's been a pleasure meeting you. I hope to get back to Gallifrey and save my loved ones, or at least find the one responsible for taking them away.
Safe travels. I wish more of our Time Lord brothers and sisters could interact like this.
Me too. Me too.
Just as the Doctor steps into the doorway of his little blue box, and I into the doorway of my TARDIS, I'd look back, without a second thought, and I'd ask,
Doctor, just one last thing. If we don't remember this, I must know, do we win the war? Are we successful?
He stared at me. The look of regret and sorrow would fill his face as he stares at me for a moment. Silence between both of us, I had a sense of understanding from just his gaze. Slowly, he'd begin to shut the door to his blue box, and it would haze away. I'd do the same, turning to see Andrew mumbling on the floor. I would jump out of my sad look and run over to him, picking him up, grabbing a lever, and we'd be off. For the next part of our adventure, I know me and Andrew will get home, no matter how long it takes. Even if we are, as the doctor so eloquently put it, stuck in time.
Oh, hello there. Is this thing on? Oh, 1 second, just a bit of disturbance. I'll just recalibrate really quick. Ah, brilliant. That should be much clearer. Hello, this is Doctor here. Just wanting to say, please remember to like, share, and subscribe to the Shed Studios YouTube channel. You may just save the whole universe from exploding and collapsing in on itself. Thank you for listening.